Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shah. But top story that we are tracking at this hour is the Kolkata doctor's rape and murder case. Now, hours after Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, he stepped down as the principal of RG Kar Medical College and Hospital following widespread protests over the rape and murder of a woman trainee doctor. The West Bengal government has appointed him as the principal of Calcutta National Medical College and Hospital. This has triggered further outrage. Now, Sandeep Ghosh, who has been under intense pressure due to the growing public outcry and mounting accusations of mismanagement and financial irregularities at the government-run Kolkata Institute, he attributed his resignation to what he says is moral responsibility and a political conspiracy. Now, a day ago, the state government removed the superintendent of RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, Sanjoy Roy. Now, Kolkata Police, in the meanwhile, according to our sources, has handed over the post-mortem report to the family of that victim. Saurabh Gupta has more details.
Post-mortem report, which was given to the police, has now been handed over to the victim's family, and that's because, of course, the police have been trying to maintain that they've been extremely transparent and sharing all the details, and the police commissioner himself had said that he would be in touch with the family over the developments in the investigation. And given that the police are working to a Sunday deadline, they want to move things and get things going as soon as possible and not delay it at all. And that is the reason why they've been, sort of pushing ahead on things that, require no delay, and also have shared this whole, post-mortem report with the family, which of course hints at the nature of injuries that this victim, the postgraduate student at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, suffered. And that includes, of course, shards of glass that from her broken spectacles and injuries otherwise sustained. Also, some of these injuries were before the death. And also what they say is that the death was perhaps by first by throttling and then, of course, by, smothering. So these, of course, are details that have, been revealed in the postmortem report, which has been shared with the family now.
Nationwide protest by the doctors, especially a lot of them taking to the streets. In fact, the heinous rape and murder of the postgraduate medical student at the state-run RG Kar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata, it has sparked anger and outrage, as well as spread fear among the doctors. Now, with protests across the country, the West Bengal Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, she rushed to the home of the victims to assure the family members of her support. Here's a report.
Countrywide outrage over the rape and murder of a doctor at a Kolkata hospital. Resident doctors went on a strike in several cities, demanding justice and protection. A second-year postgraduate medical student in Kolkata's RG Kar Medical College and Hospital was raped and murdered in the premises on Friday. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee met the students' family members on Monday.
আমরা হাসপাতাল থেকে হেড অফ দ্য ডিপার্টমেন্ট যে চেস ডিপার্টমেন্ট তাকেও সরিয়ে দিয়েছি এবং পুলিশ পোস্টে যে এসিপি ছিলেন তাকেও সরিয়ে দিয়েছি সবাইকেই সরানো হয়েছে এবং ডগ স্কোয়াড থেকে শুরু করে ভিডিও থেকে শুরু করে ফরেনসিক ডিপার্টমেন্ট থেকে শুরু করে সবাইকেই ইনভলভ করা হয়েছে যাতে খুনি গ্রেপ্তার হয় এবং দোষীরা শাস্তি পায় এবং আমি চাই পুলিশ যত তাড়াতাড়ি সম্ভব দোষীদের গ্রেপ্তার করবে আর রবিবার পর্যন্ত যদি তারা কুলকিনারা করতে না পারেন কারণ ভেতরেও তো অনেকে আছে তাহলে এই কেসটা আমরা আমাদের হাতে রাখবো না আমরা সিবিআই কে দিয়ে দেব
The Trainee Congress from the beginning has said that if the family demands a CBI probe, the government will not oppose it. While the medical superintendent has been removed and the principal has resigned, the police have also removed an assistant commissioner of police who was posted at the hospital. While the Kolkata police have arrested the accused and recovered crucial evidence like a Bluetooth headset and blood marks on the shoe of the accused, questions have been raised whether there are other accomplices. The Kolkata Police Commissioner clarified.
ইনসিডেন্টের জন্য we are extremely sad, anguished and angered. We are with the family members, doctors, and whatever needs to be done from our end, we are following a very transparent process of investigation. যদি ওরা ওদের কোনো কিছু ডিমান্ড থাকে ফ্যামিলি মেম্বার্সে and as far as this thing is concerned, we are following a very, very transparent investigation here.
The BJP has demanded a CBI probe, and the protesting students say the investigation should not take time to complete. But the case has brought doctors and medical students on the streets amidst safety concerns.
This is not the way medical can function. We can't have lady doctors who are insecure and unsafe in an environment of a medical hospital. So it's just not acceptable. We just cannot take this, and justice has to be served. The culprits have to be arrested.
Protests across Kolkata against what is being seen as one of the most heinous crimes against women that this city has witnessed. And therefore, this is one of the largest protests in recent times in Kolkata, with thousands of people marching from College Street to Arjikar Hospital, demanding justice at the earliest and safety and security for women at the workplace, especially doctors. With camera person GD Shankar, in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting on Monday has withdrawn the latest draft of the Broadcasting Services Bill 2024. Now, this move comes after widespread consultations by the ministry and especially after a lot of backlash. This bill, remember, is aimed to replace the Television Network Act of 1995. Now, as per multiple reports, the ministry has instructed all the stakeholders to return the physical copies that they received between July 2024 and 25. Also, according to the ministry, additional time will be given to solicit comments or suggestions till October 15th on the Broadcasting Services Regulation Bill. My colleague Sunil Prabhu has more details.
After consulting various stakeholders, they will come back with a draft, bill once again for people, for the public as well as stakeholders to have a look at it. The reason for why they've taken it back is because there was various viewpoints on this. Of course, notably, as you are well aware, some things which are a huge cause of concern was about digital news casting, on YouTubers, on various other people who are on social media platforms who had, broadcast some news. The ambit would also come under them, not only OTTs and other social media platforms which happened earlier. So it's in that backdrop, there has been a lot of concerns by various, media houses as well as various other people. And it's in that backdrop, the government has decided to have further consultation with stakeholders and come out with a draft bill for once again having a proper consultation before it's brought to Parliament.
And the BJP has hit out at the Hindenburg report. In fact, BJP's Ravi Shankar Prasad, he said that the Congress wants the stock market to crash. He also, in fact, said that as the ruling party continues to hit back at the opposition over short seller Hindenburg's researchers' latest allegation of financial misconduct against the Adani Group. Now, the ex-law minister also claimed that the Congress is involved in creating economic instability and anarchy, is what he said. The stock market, however, did not crash as predicted by Rahul Gandhi. The Congress had said that the integrity of SEBI had been compromised after this report. Let's listen into some of the reactions that have come in.
Hindenburg as an entity has no credibility at all. We have seen their first attack more than a year ago. They picked on the Adani Group. I had an occasion to see all their charges because I was involved in that case. The matter went to the Supreme Court. The authorities looked into it and ultimately found nothing, and that case was disposed of.
Well, I had a very broad brush at the level of allegations that came out. I'm certainly not a forensic, expert, but I just sense that, it is so frivolous. I would like to believe that more than India or more than our top chair of, regulatory body, I think this is going to be the downfall of people who made these acquisitions. Markets are very efficient. They'll see through if you've done some good work or whether it is very frivolous in nature. And I don't think that, I don't expect any reaction at all from the markets. I think it will have a natural death.
I can't really find anything of any substance in the report. All the allegations and the responses which have come, they make it absolutely clear that it really looks like there is some larger purpose to this report, and it is really maligning the image of someone who has so immensely contributed to Indian capital market in various roles in last few years, and there's absolutely nothing. If you have invested into certain funds because of advice of certain close friend of yours, and you redeem the fund as soon as the friend left out, I can't really find out what is wrong in all of this.
All right, time for a very short break, but after the break, we'll get you all the details after heavy rainfall had exposed inadequate civic infrastructure in our major cities. Welcome back. The press bodies, including the Press Club of India, expressed concern over reports of attacks on journalists, print, online and television media outlets and the press clubs in Dhaka and Chattogram. The press bodies, in fact, urged the interim government in Bangladesh, headed by Mohammad Yunus, to take effective measures to protect journalists as well as media workers and prevent violence, threats and attacks against them. In the meanwhile, head of the interim government in Bangladesh, Mohammad Yunus, is scheduled to meet the members of Hindu community on Tuesday, as there is huge concern over the targeting of Hindus and minority community amidst the crisis in the country. Opposition leaders like Akhilesh Yadav and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, they too have raised concerns with the Samajwadi Party chief, asking for the government to raise the issue in the international forum.
As the violence against minorities continues in Bangladesh, the chief advisor of Bangladesh government, Mohammad Yunus, is scheduled to meet the members of the Hindu community on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Jamati Islami leaders held a meeting with the leaders of different minority communities. Union Home Minister Amit Shah met Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma and his deputy Preston Tynesong in Delhi. The three leaders discussed the concerns of people from the northeast and specifically Meghalaya. The Home Minister assured the Chief Minister that the centre is committed to keeping borders with Bangladesh safe. The situation in Bangladesh has also triggered protests back home, creating concerns for northeastern states in India, which has infiltration from Bangladesh in the past.
The whole country is concerned, but particularly the northeast will be badly affected. So we have put on alert, and I think Assam Tripura is the main state which it can be infiltrated. So we are doing all that is needed, and we hope that we can somehow deal with it.
Meanwhile, the situation remains grim as thousands continue to gather near the India-Bangladesh border to cross over into Indian territory, also fueling infiltration bid, forcing Indian security forces to enhance its vigil.
To prevent any hostile act or illegal intrusion, we have beefed up the security. We have positioned 2 to 3 ships. The Sundarban Creek areas are being patrolled by our air cushion vessels and interceptor boats.
Opposition leaders have also raised their voice against violence targeted at minorities. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi and Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav posted condemning attacks on minorities and urging the new Bangladesh government to ensure safety of minorities. The new leader, Mohammad Yunus, is also set to meet the Hindu community leaders and students on Tuesday to discuss the safety and security concerns. The world has started taking notice of the situation of minorities in Bangladesh. While efforts are on to stop the attack on minorities, the bigger question is whether Mohammad Yunus, the leader of the interim government in Bangladesh, will walk the talk. NDTV Bureau Report.
And Bharti Enterprises Limited, through an overseas subsidiary, will acquire 24.5% stake in British telecommunications giant BT Group for an estimated $4 billion. Now, Bharti Global has reached an agreement to acquire the shares from French telecom tycoon Patrick Drahi, founded Altis UK. The Sunil Bharti Mittal-led company announced this on Monday. The deal will make Bharti as the British telco's largest shareholder.
To the investment by Bharti Enterprises. Best practice sharings can always take place given there's a common shareholder on both sides. But really, Airtel at the moment is not engaged in this particular process of seeking any technology or any help from BT. I mean, they're